material list at all times.
調査ノートの補充はできてる。今日もたくさん調べるぞ。
Okay. These how machines work. I'll just look for miniatures back. When you got an Uni, Crimson Ore, and Fluffy Wool. Fluffy Wools can only be tamed by sheep-like creatures. Uni from trees. Oh yeah. I should have explained gathering because it's actually came up earlier. So to equip gathering materials, it'd be under the items, under adventuring tools this time around. Instead of being its own individual menu, sorry. So there'll be all. So gathering tools are going to be here. Adventure tools will be gathered here. For battle items, they are tagged to. Where are they tagged? Oh, we don't have any, so we can't make any just yet. So generally speaking, gathering tools are going to be here and adventure tools here. They split them up this time. So adventure tools will be sort of your bag, your compass, all that stuff. And these are going to be your usual stuff: axe, fishing net, hammer, bomb rod. So they're all going to be located in this menu. It's in case people are new to the game, don't know where to gather them. It just makes things easier, so you don't have to look on the website. And as you already see our importance of the state data already. We now have 40,000 coal, so we already have a lot of money to begin. And 45 gold coins. They will be spent very quickly though. I could have guarded that. Then goes a pudding. There's a blue. Our Crimson Ore. Now let's go find the sheep-like creature. North Wind. Oh, I can't do it because I don't have access to it yet. That's our sheep-like creature. Horned sheep. Oh no, it's a free-set combo. Free combo. Never mind. Never mind. The sheep is dead. Now we have the materials. We'll just go back and start working on our items, and then we'll focus more on other stuff.
So, それなら町に戻ろう。パティも待ってるし。
それじゃ早速錬金術の調合をします。と言っても、こっちで取れた素材と新しい錬金釜だから、慣れるまで大したものは作れないけど。
失敗の言い訳を今から考えているのか？
ああ、ボス。
違うって。新しい武器や道具を使うときって慣れるまで少しかかるでしょ。そんな。
まあまあ、できるやつでいいから早くやってみせてよ。
Oh, I should put all of them.
まったく。ちょっと待ってね。
Okay, the Alchemy skill tree. This is... Oh, and you can already see the improvement already. We have like 10,000 SP. I think we get like 100 to begin with. It's fine. The skill tree will give you access to recipes your right that has learned on Kuken Island and some useful Simpsons skills. You will need SP to unlock skills. This is acquired through item rebuilding, which we'll get eventually, and sim size and stuff. SP is guided by Simpsons, items, and swim runes. Also that too. Now press this button. Now hold this button to unlock the explosive Uni recipe. You can demonstrate the power of alchemy to your party members. You've learned the explosive uni recipe. When you learn certain skills, your skill tree may grow. Learn various skills and grow your tree.
よし、じゃあ始めるよ。何にしようかな。
Before you can synthesize an item, you'll need to learn its recipe. First, pick a recipe you already knew. You can synthesize as explosive uni. Press this button selected. In the center of the screen are the material loops where you can add materials. You'll need to add the materials specified by the material loop in order to synthesize the item. At the moment, some material loops are locked, preventing you from adding new materials. First, cast one of the unis you've gathered in the middle of the material loop.
何入れよっかな。お、いい感じかも。
Adding an uni has added a new effect to the item you were going to synthesize. All material loops have one of the 4 elements attributes: fire, ice, bolt, or air. Red colors stand for fire, blue for ice, yellow for bolt, green for wind, air. Adding materials of the same element of attributes as the material will increase its power, also known as its element value. Accumulating an element value above a certain level will bring various benefits, such as raising the item's quality and unlocking new effects. Now, let's add materials to unlock other material loops.
さあ、何を入れよう。
Adding After adding materials to the material loop, you can press this button to begin the synthesis process. Alternatively, you can also add more materials to the newly unlocked material loop to the upper right. Some material loops will require certain element attributes and values to unlock the connection. As you become more familiar with the synthesis process, pay attention to the conditions under which the material loops are connected. You can have some material remaining, so try adding some of the other material loops. So, we will add, in fact, we just happen to have this dry grass just instead.
いい感じかも。
Adding more materials has further strengthened the final item. As you can see, unlocking more loops, adding new materials will allow you to create more powerful items. However, each recipe has a set limit to how many materials you can add. The maximum number of materials can be used in this specific recipe can be seen at the bottom of the screen. So yeah, I think this is 6 by default, and we've added 8 free, so we're going to have a cap of free.
いろいろやってみたいな。
If a material you have shows as traits, you'll be able to transfer those traits to the synthesis item. You can transfer up to 3 traits. The first thing you unlock the required trait slot. Trait slots are unlocked by leveling up the material loop, featuring the specific bonuses. Try leveling up when you find one. Furthermore, some traits can be strengthened by synthesizing materials carrying the same trait, like stat increases for weapons. Okay, now then. Select which trait you'd like to transfer, or just press the button to synthesize. We'll add the quality.
これでどうだ。
It is locked, but it's fine.
じゃーん、こんな感じかな。
I'm gonna give it back. Now, there is a way early game to have a repeated loop fast pace, so that's why I'm not worried about SP at this point.
できたよ。ほら、こんな感じ。
実際にライザが調合してるのを見たのは初めてだが、錬金術ってやつはすげえな。
驚くよね。全然違うものができるから。
Just, don't throw it at a wall. It can explode.
どう？これが錬金術だよ。正直驚きました。こんなすごいものが本当にあったなんて。錬金術を使えば何でも作れるよ。いや、さすがに はちょっと言い過ぎか。なんでも本当に。どうしたの？
パーティー？
いえ、なんでもないです。
ライザの錬金術が健在で安心したよ。遺跡の調査はまた日を改めてかな。ライザも到着したばかりで疲れてると思うし。
そうだね。さすがに私もちょっと疲れた。
だろうな。島からここまでの長旅、知らない街。いくらライザでも疲れない方がおかしい。
その言い草、あんた私を何だと思ってんのよ。
いろいろ準備もいるだろうし、ライザの用意ができたら声をかけてよ。
待ってください。
What?
今度は私もついていきます。
Oh.
パティ、それは。
危ないと思うしやめた方が。でもそう、実は私も遺跡には以前から興味を持っていたんです。
どういうこと？そんな話初耳だ。
タオさんの授業を聞いていて、歴史に対する興味が最近急に強くなってきたんです。
I think some user already know where it's
遺跡
gonna
のことも
go.
同じで、
Where this is
私に
going
とって
in a way.
探索は勉強なんです。
でも遺跡には魔物が住み着いてるかもしれない。戦うことになるかもしれないんだよ。
私も全く剣術の心得がないわけじゃありません。それはタオさんも知ってるでしょ。
まあ。
分かった。じゃあ一緒に行こう。でも本当に危ないかもしれないからね。
今日はここでお開きかな。それじゃあまた明日ね。
ちゃんと疲れを取っておくんだな。
では失礼します。
Alright, see ya.
いろんなことがあったな。タオたちにも出会えたし、新しい友達もできたし、
Yes.
ボートもあちこちに出回
Friends.
ったし。遺跡か。どんなとこだろう。モリッツさんからの石もあったっけ。やることいっぱいだ。これから一体どうなる。
Oh. Alright, new day. Oh, we can transfer items. This is Alchemy. Okay. I tried out my Simpsons using new local materials as a brand new cauldron. But with the different alchemy cauldrons, I need to adjust my Simpsons as well. There are some subtle changes, and the ingredients I'll need for some recipes will be different. I'm a little nervous, but I'll have to give it a try. I was trying to be able to sleep properly at my first night in the city, but I actually slept really well. And now I'm full of energy to go investigate the ruins. Now I need to meet up with Tal to discuss investigating the ruins. But where might I find him? He says he's in the Alchemy district, I think. So now we should have access to the skill tree, and that's what we're going to start working on. So yeah, some are going to be locked by this, which requires us to investigate some runes. They're just they're so story-gated stuff, really. And I think because of that, we'll just unlock what we can with our points. Which actually isn't incredibly much here. You can unlock Recipe Morph, so this is it. If you're familiar with the way it works in Ryza 1, it's the exact same. So we use gem, we'll unlock gem reduction. This is the exact same gem I think it is. I can reduce things to make gem. Item duplication. Y'all know how this works. Use gems to clear items. This is as far as we can go here. We need to investigate some runes. In item rebuild, level 5. Go. We'll unlock. We need to unlock this at least. Then we'll need to make our. Make sure we can make ingots. So now we have item duplication early. That means it's up. We'll make our sickle. And we cannot make an axe until we've explored ruins. Then we can make a polystyrene powder and alchemic fiber. We'll need to make cloth, of course. And a set hell. I think I'd do people with great disservice if I didn't show up at them. I was good more. Explosion runes. So let's get to the last of these twins here. So item rebuild up +8. We can't go any further. Item rebuild +8. We have the explosion runes. We'll do these again. So we have 8, so 5. We have also 5, 24. So we have 29 on our item rebuild level. So let's do this. Then we make medical. Roll C. Beans. Now we can have one additional item to our quality. However, this is locked behind runes. This is also locked behind runes. We can make a nectar already. But we lack the materials to do it. We cannot get these because we need the explosion runes. So any last things we can do before we're kind of locked to what we can do, what's left, is really just the last few basic items. So ice bombs, lift. This shouldn't unlock anything. It does connect connection, that's large though. Then we have a bomb. We can make bombs now. For monsters, of course. And the Plegic. And then special. This is as far as we can go with our alchemy work, our tree now. Honestly, it isn't too bad. We are gonna have to require to buff more, but that's gonna change in a bit. Yeah, let's get the cousins to unlocking and stuff.
そろそろただ調合しただけの道具じゃ頼りなくなってきたかな。よし、アイテムリビルドで道具を強化してみよう。やりすぎには気をつけないといけないけど、これからの冒険には絶対必要だもんね。
Alright, to be fair, we would have been able to do this a bit later, but had an early fine. Use item rebuilding to further improve items you've created. Item rebuild can only be done on items that Ryza has synthesized herself, so buying items means nothing. Items that were synthesized will be marked with an icon next to the level. Normally, there's a limit how many materials you can use in a synthesis, and it allows you to add additional materials. Also, you can synthesize items of a higher level than possible during original synthesis. Item Rebuild will give an item an additional 1 level in each elemental value, plus 1. If you're not careful, you end up creating an item with a level so high, you won't be able to use it properly. Additionally, the level of rebuild items is limited by the rebuild level you've unlocked in your skill tree. Be careful of the level that the final item you are adding to the material. And you got gem reduction by red. If you want to add materials to item rebuilding, you'll need gems. These can be obtained by using the gem reduction, which turns items into gems. If you have items you don't need, go ahead and break them down into gems.
まずはジェムを用意しないとね。いくつか持ってきてたような。
Oh, we have more than enough. Auto reduction. When returning out of here, excess or low quality materials can be automatically converted into gems. The condition for gem conversion can be set in the container submenu. Auto reduction can be triggered on and off in the settings.
この辺で取れる素材もだいぶ分かってきたかな。そろそろレシピ変化を試してみてもいいかも。
Recipe Morph. You will now be able to use Recipe Morph material loops during synthesis. Recipe Morph material loops allow you to obtain a completely new recipe when you fulfill certain conditions to alter the item you are synthesizing. However, to alter the item, you will often be required to use special materials that are not specified in the original recipe. Okay, let's gather or synthesize the required material to create a new recipe. You will also be able to transfer some of the traits from the original item to the new one. Be careful selecting the traits to transfer. You might be able to create a truly unique new item.
空間島にはなかったものもあるし、新しい組み合わせも試してみるか。